Local radio listeners are mourning the loss of a man considered by many a pillar of local broadcasting. Tim Camp, an owner and inspiration for 4 local radio stations, including 92 Zoo and WNSP FM Sports Radio, passed away over the weekend after a long illness. Camp's passing came even as he was relocating the stations to a new building. And tonight, those who work for him and with him promise his dedication to locally produced radio will continue.
It's new and it's on 92 Zoo.
Several weeks ago, the crews from Mobile radio stations 92 Zoo, WNSP FM Sports Radio, and sister stations The Crab and Soul of Mobile, they faced a daunting task, moving their broadcast center from the Old Smith Bakery building on Dolphin Street near downtown Mobile to this 2-story brick office building at I-65 and Airport Boulevard, and doing it while continuing to broadcast. And something else. The staff knew they'd be making that transition even as their owner and encourager, Tim Camp, was on the verge of losing his life to cancer.
This was his main goal, was to build this building and to build out this station so it could go on. And in fact, he didn't give up until he knew it was in a good spot and it would carry on.
So he did get to see this.
Yes, yes he did.
Yes, he did.
Yep.
But barely. On Saturday, 70-year-old Tim Camp's life would come to an end. But the music and conversation that he brought to the Mobile airwaves did not.
I mean, if Tim Camp had an idea, he was going to make it happen.
The radio stations operating together under the moniker The Sound of Mobile now find themselves in a rare category these days. Stations still locally owned, still locally programmed, still intimately connected with their listeners. They give Tim Camp complete credit for that. 92 Zoo announcer Matt McCoy remembers meeting Camp and his wife at the time, Leanne, at the Garage Bar downtown.
And I was drowning my sorrows. I had been let go by a big corporate station. And I jokingly said after a tequila shot, when are you going to hire me? And Tim and Leanne looked at each other and they said, why don't you come work for us? We're not corporate, we're local. Like, we care about our people, we take care of our people, and we could use you. Mm-hmm. 2 weeks later, I was there.
Tim, himself a musician, used his intimate knowledge of rock and blues to curate the unique playlist for each of his stations, designed specifically for local listeners. And it worked. Still, some had doubts about his decision to start the nation's first full-time FM sports talk radio station in a city that had no top-tier college sports team or pro sports team. But Tim had a vision.
We're the station that we're going to talk about Davidson High School, about Baker High School. You know, you turn on ESPN or CBS, you're not going to get those kind of things. Turn on WNSP on Friday morning, you're going to hear a local marching band playing. You're going to hear local players that are college football recruits being interviewed. He was very focused on what the station meant to the community.
These employees admit the loss of Tim presents emotional and professional challenges, but they're challenges they believe they can meet because Tim Camp met those challenges.
Even to his final days, Tim was thinking 10 years into the future. He's thinking about what's the future of radio, you know, and so we know what the future can be, and I think it's just everyone kind of galvanizing together and seeing his vision through, and I think that's how it continues.
A celebration of Tim Camp's life is in the works right now. The date and the time, neither have yet been announced. We'll let you know. For the latest updates on this story and others, download our NBC 15 News app. Sign up for push alerts for breaking news on the go. It's always free. Just scan the QR code on your screen to get started.